Sometimes the best creative breakthrough comes from the most unexpected places. We chase the latest bodies, newest gimbals, premium glass. But sometimes the upgrade that changes everything isn't what you planned at all. This is the story of TT Artisan 7.5mm f2, a fisheye lens for Sony E-mount, a budget option that became something far more valuable than its price tag suggests, and how a lens designed for one purpose became my unexpected creative companion across nearly everything that I shoot. If you are looking for an affordable entry point into the fisheye photography, what a sub 200 euros is capable of, this one deserves your attention. Let's start where it matters, in your hands. When I first opened the box, I will be honest, I was skeptical. A budget fisheye from a Chinese manufacturer? The expectations weren't exactly high, but the moment I held it, that changed. Nearly the entire body is metal, the barrel, the focus ring, the mount, even the lens cap. It's not trying to be something it isn't. It's just well built. That attention to detail extends to optics itself. The circular glass element is the real star here, and it picks the fingerprint like you wouldn't believe. It's not a deal breaker, since I carry a lens swipe anyway, but worth knowing if you are planning to shoot handheld. Below the optic element, we see the focus ring. This is one of my favorite things about this lens. The focus throw is extremely short, which means you can do a quick adjustment without taking off your eye from the viewfinder. For photographers who value responsiveness, this is a genuine quality of life upgrade. Just below that sits the clickable aperture ring. For a manual lens like this is a thoughtful touch. You get tactile feedback with every aperture change. And yes, it matters. This lens doesn't have any electronic contacts, so there is no automatic EXIF metadata. Everything is manual, which depending on how you work is either a limitation or exactly what you are looking for. I used this lens mostly with the Sony a6700. Over 6 months of intensive use, I have to say, the results surprised me. I originally planned to use this lens in a very specific scenarios, architectural work and landscapes, the jobs that demand extreme field of view. But it evolved into something more. This lens found its way into my concert photography. That's when I knew I had something special. At f8 this lens performed as you would expect for any modern lens. But the real test is wide open at f2. And here's what surprised me the most. The sharpness is amazing, especially for a budget fisheye. Plenty of detail and plenty of clarity. That's uncommon in this price range. This lens opens up creative possibilities that you never thought before. Have you ever wanted that distorted, immersive look from a metal or hardcore show? This lens delivers exactly that. Chromatic aberration is minimal, significantly less than what I see on my native Sony 50mm f1.8, which honestly always has been a pain point outdoors. Do you remember that short focus throw that I mentioned before? It becomes invaluable in real shooting. With cameras like Sony a6000 series, you can keep one eye open while focusing, a budget like a M style. It works. Here is what most people would not think about it. How this lens behaves on full frame. Mount this lens on a7 series camera, and you will get the full circular effect. That sounds gimmicky, but it's not. You can create some unexpected, striking images. I use this lens on my Sony a7 Mark III for roughly 90% of photos that I shoot for my friend's band. The results speak for themselves. For video work, this lens is absolutely viable. Does know what you are getting into. There is no filter thread, so you will need other solution for your ND and polarizers if you need them. And because there is no electronic contacts, so you have to put your focal length manually for your IBIS system if you want to handheld it. Minor friction, but friction nonetheless. The TT Artisan 7.5mm f2 is exactly what the budget fisheye lens should be. No compromises on the things that matter, honest about its limitations, and priced fairly. I came to this thinking I found a novelty tool, something that I put it occasionally. Instead I found found one of my favorite lenses. I use it regularly now, across projects I never anticipated. Some of my best work from this year came through this lens. That's the real story here. Sometimes the best tools aren't the most expensive ones. If you've ever been curious about fisheye photography, or you are looking for a lens that punches above than its price tag, this lens deserves your attention. Have you ever worked with fisheye lens? What is your experience? Drop the thoughts in the comments section. Until next video, bye!